banks of river Krishna, the Pallavas, the Mauryas, the Vijayanagar Empire laid the claims on the ancient city of Amravati. And in 2019, Amravati is the nerve center of battleground Andhra Pradesh. Hello and a very warm welcome to this edition of Ground Report from Andhra Pradesh. And in this edition, we explore the political history, the poll dynamics, equations and issues in Andhra Pradesh as the state heads for simultaneous Lok Sabha and Assembly polls.
After its bifurcation in 2014, Andhra Pradesh is facing a historical election as a nascent state looking for an effective leadership to build its fortunes. The 2014 elections were held for a 119-member Telangana Assembly and a 175-member Andhra Pradesh Assembly. In the Andhra Pradesh region, the TDP won an overwhelming majority with 102 seats. Its closest rival, the YSRCP, took 67. The Congress was completely decimated, flattened by popular anger for its decision to divide the state. The TDP won a mandate to provide leadership that would guide the residual state's development from scratch. The Lok Sabha elections in 2014 also saw the same result. Of the 25 Lok Sabha seats in the residual state, the TDP won 15, the YSRCP 8, the BJP 2 and the Congress none. In 2019, Andhra Pradesh will be having both state and Lok Sabha elections. For a state where linguistic pride has historically been a deciding factor in elections, Andhra Pradesh is now facing a new set of challenges this year. United Andhra Pradesh was the first Indian state to be created on a linguistic basis under the State Reorganization Act 1956. In 1953, the Andhra state was carved out of the then Madras Presidency. Subsequently, Telugu-speaking parts of the then Hyderabad state were amalgamated. Since its formation till 1983, Andhra Pradesh had no less than 10 different chief ministers, all from the Congress. For a long time, the Congress dominated state politics. In the 1962 Lok Sabha elections, the party won 34 out of the 43 seats. In 1967, 35 of the 41 Lok Sabha seats. The 1971 elections saw a dip for the party when it could only gain 28 of the 41 seats. The year saw the rise of the Telangana Praja Samiti that won 10 of the 14 seats it contested, mostly in the Telangana region. The next two elections saw the party sweeping the state, winning 41 seats in 1977 and then 41 seats in 1980. 1983 became a turning point for the state when popular Telugu actor N.T. Ramarao or NTR started his Telugu Desam party, literally meaning the land of Telugus. Telugu Pride was the winning ticket for the TDP that won the elections within 9 months of its inception. The elections saw the TDP winning 30 Lok Sabha seats, limiting the Congress to just 6 seats. NTR became the first non-Congress chief minister of Andhra Pradesh.
This Lakshmi Bharati has come, he married her, which was not liked by Mr. Chandrababu Naidu and few others. So this led to, there is a family coup in the N.T. Ramaro's this thing, and they dethroned him. Because N.T. Ramarao also did some mistakes, like expelling Chandrababu Naidu and some 5 other leaders from the party. He was thinking that whatever, because it is all, whatever that this mandate was given, it is only purely given to him only, though it is a fact, given to him. So he can, any number of times he can go back to the people to get the mandate back in favor of him. So that was the thinking of. So what he did when Chandrababu Naidu and others trying to dislodge him, showing Lakshmi Bharati as some excuse like because Lakshmi Bharati wants to become chief minister, N.T. Ramarao developing Lakshmi Bharati as an alternative leader. Because of the preference he is giving in all the administrative matters or whatever that they used to accuse. That was the reason Chandrababu Naidu slowly, because Ramarao was also, his health was also not good, that everyone knew. Before this suffering, this 94 elections, he had a massive, heart attack. He was a diabetic patient, he was a BP patient. He went on to some Vishwamitra shooting, as a film shooting in Himalayas. There he suffered some stroke like. He was admitted in AIIMS hospital in Delhi. He had a treatment. So this is all led to that Ramarao was not as active he used to be before.
In 1999, Chandrababu Naidu led the TDP to victory in the state elections. The Lok Sabha elections in the same year proved to be another watershed development for the state. The Telugu Desam Party allied with the National Democratic Alliance and helped it to win 36 of the 42 seats. The TDP rule was brought to an end in 2004 when Dr. Y.S. Rajashekhar Reddy led the Indian National Congress to victory in the state elections. The TDP could only win 47 of the 294 assembly seats. The Congress won 29 Lok Sabha seats. In 2009, again the Congress won 33 Lok Sabha seats in the state. The bifurcation of the state in 2014 brought the TDP center stage in Andhra Pradesh. It unleashed a popular anger against the Congress that saw the TDP winning the state elections in a coalition with the BJP and the Janasena party. Naidu took oath as the first chief minister of the bifurcated Andhra Pradesh.
Of political polarization. Of course, the polarization will remain between TDP and YSR Congress, but the Bharatiya Janata Party was with TDP in 2014. And Pawan Kalyan Janasena was also with TDP in 2014, though it did not contest. So, though the polarization will not change, still it is a fight between TDP and YCP, but you have more players today. Earlier it was largely a bipolar contest with Congress and Jai Samaikandra party having a very limited presence. Today you have Janasena and you also have the BJP.
Andhra Pradesh was formally bifurcated on 2nd of June 2014. Post-split, Telangana came to existence. The last Lok Sabha elections were held in United Andhra Pradesh.
The division of Andhra Pradesh marked the end of a decades-old movement for a separate state of Telangana. Hyderabad was to stay joint capital of both Telangana and Andhra Pradesh for not more than 10 years. After this, Hyderabad was to be the capital of Telangana, while Andhra Pradesh would have Amravati as its capital. The state moved its secretariat to Amravati in 2016 and its legislature in March 2017.
The role of Hyderabad has completely minimized, it has absolutely no role. Yes, you are right in the sense that Hyderabad continues to be the common capital of the two states for 10 years. But it doesn't matter now because Chandrababu Naidu has gone ahead and started building his own capital. But he is nowhere near completion. So Hyderabad doesn't matter. But when a dispute arises, for example, right now the two states are fighting over a case of what is called data theft. That is, the TDP's voters list has been sort of stolen, not my word, but the TDP's, by the TRS. So at that time, the question of jurisdiction arises. Who should book a case? Which police? Andhra police or Telangana police?
2019 will be a watershed year in the political history of Andhra Pradesh, as Lok Sabha elections will be held for the first time in the bifurcated Andhra Pradesh, and also major political parties have decided to go alone, paving way for a fiercely contested elections.
In 2018, under Chandrababu Naidu, the TDP severed its four-year alliance with the BJP, accusing the centre of not fulfilling the promise made to the state to grant special category status at the time of bifurcation. Granting special category status for Andhra Pradesh was a promise made by the erstwhile UPA for the truncated state. Andhra Pradesh renewed the demand for special category status, claiming that the bifurcation had caused the state a huge revenue deficit.
Club with the other parties for the sake of the people, for the sake of the funds. Because if any state, if it has to upcome, we need the helping hand from the central government also. Whoever stays, which party is okay, whichever party, either it's BJP or Congress or anything, we need the support of the center. So in that regard, we feel like having alliance with them, and we offer our own seats. We offer our own nominated MLCs to them.
TDP is wielding special category status as a potent weapon for political and electoral relevance. However, the centre has promised special package with same monetary benefits, clarifying that the concept of special category status ceased to exist after the acceptance of recommendations of the 14th Finance Commission.
The BJP-led centre tried to break the impasse over the special category status to Andhra Pradesh. The centre told the Telugu Desam Party government that in response to its demand, a special package will be given to the state with the same monetary benefits. The centre was even open to providing external funding or loans through the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development for the state. The NDA government stated that as recommended by the Finance Commission, provisions for revenue deficit in Andhra Pradesh had already been implemented and tax incentives were given in the budget. The centre also asserted that the concept of special category status ceased to exist after it accepted the 14th Finance Commission's recommendation to devolve an unprecedented 42% of union tax revenues to states against the previous 32%.
तब चंद्राबाबू नायडू जी ने कहा कि स्पेशल कैटेगरी स्टेटस मतलब क्या होता है, अल्टीमेटली फंड्स, अलग अलग प्रकार के फंड्स। तो स्पेशल पैकेज अगर आप देते हो तो भी हम लोग मान जाएंगे, ये उन्होंने स्वयं कहा। और बाद में जब स्पेशल पैकेज देने की बात आई तब विधानसभा के अंदर रिजोल्यूशन करके इस मुख्यमंत्री ने नरेंद्र मोदी जी को धन्यवाद दिए और नरेंद्र मोदी जी को जगह जगह पर उनकी बखान करने वाले वीडियोस आपको YouTube पे बहुत सारे मिलेंगे।
It was, however, to no avail. The TDP moved a no-confidence motion against the Modi government in the Lok Sabha.
Madam Speaker, before moving the motion, I would like to thank you for finally admitting the no-confidence motion and for taking this motion to its logical conclusion, that is debate and voting.
The motion proved to be only symbolic. It was defeated comprehensively with a total of 325 MPs opposing the no-trust motion and only 126 MPs supporting it after a marathon 12-hour debate. 451 MPs voted in the House and the majority mark required came down to 226 in a House that had an effective strength of 534 MPs. Ever since he broke away from the NDA, Chandrababu Naidu has become a frequent flyer to Delhi, trying to be the pivot of opposition unity.
I propose to all political parties, we will have one meeting to check out a program for future.
2014 marked a tectonic shift for politics in Andhra Pradesh. The Congress was widely blamed for the state's bifurcation, with people in the region left in Andhra Pradesh feeling at a disadvantage. While the Congress did not win a single seat in 2014, its place was taken by new political players. Already in alliance with the BJP, the TDP was aided by actor-turned-politician K. Pavan Kalyan. But after the gains it made in 2014, the TDP suffered an erosion within its ranks. Many of its leaders have left the party to join others. Year 2018 saw Chandrababu Naidu go against what had been till then a basic tenet of the 36-year-old regional party. The TDP was founded by NTR with the sole aim of taking on the Congress. But ahead of the 2019 Lok Sabha elections, N. Chandrababu Naidu joined hands with the Congress to take on the BJP at the national level. Both Naidu and the Congress have said they will not have a tie-up in the state and their cooperation is only at the national level. The effect of this tie-up was seen in neighbouring Telangana, where elections were held in December 2018. The TDP Congress formed a broad-based alliance that included left parties as well. But in the face of a strong KCR government in the state, the alliance failed to work in the Telangana state elections.
2019 will be totally different from 2014 for the simple reason that the issues are different. The 2014 was an election which the TDP fought against the Congress party and defeated it thoroughly. But now the contest is mainly against Jagan Mohan Reddy, and the issues are totally different.
Jagan Reddy's YSRCP that came into existence in March 2011 after ever-escalating differences with the Congress party grabbed substantial share of votes in the 2014 elections. Here's how the YSRCP has emerged as the main challenger to the incumbent TDP.
In November 2017, Andhra Pradesh saw the principal opposition YSRCP, led by Jagan Mohan Reddy, stepping up its fight against the TDP. Over the next 11 months, Jagan Mohan Reddy toured all 13 districts in the state, campaigning against the alleged misrule of Naidu. In the 2014 state elections, the TDP-BJP combined got 46.69% of the total assembly votes. The YSRCP got 45.01% of the votes. In terms of total votes, the difference between the TDP and the YSRCP was only 6,01,539 votes in the last assembly elections. As for seats, however, the TDP won 102 and the BJP bagged 5 seats to emerge with a clear majority in the 175-member assembly. The YSRCP had to be content with 67 seats. In the Lok Sabha elections, the difference between the vote share of the two sides is slightly higher at 2.34%. While the TDP-BJP combined got 47.95% of the votes, the YSRCP came close second with 45.61%. But this was enough to almost double the seats of the TDP-BJP, which bagged 17 Lok Sabha seats against 8 of the YSRCP. This rise of the YSRCP as the main rival and challenger to the TDP is also encouraging leaders and legislators from the ruling party itself to jump ship ahead of the elections. In the past 2 months, at least 4 TDP leaders have defected to the YSRCP.
We are taking a very positive spiel in presenting to the people of Andhra Pradesh what our vision is. Our leader, Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy, has presented an impeccable scheme of Navratnas, addressing every section of the society, the need of every section of the society, from a farmer to a student to a retiree mother, everybody under the sun is being addressed. Pensions. We believe it is our credibility. The founding principles of this party is that our deeds and our words will be consistent.
Decimated post-bifurcation, the Congress party's decision to go alone in these elections has opened fault lines, and the party is now facing fresh wave of desertions in the state.
Haunted by the demon of bifurcation which decimated the grand old party in 2014 elections, the Congress found an ally in the TDP to gain a toehold and stay relevant in state politics after the latter broke away with NDA early in 2018. For a party that suffered a wave of desertions after the bifurcation before the 2014 general elections, the party is now banking on special category status to regain influence.
Special category status to Andhra Pradesh and Poravaro National Project and backward area development in our earlier what they have done in northern states of Madhya Pradesh, that Bundelkhand type of package, and also tax concessions and provisions for backward area development.
The BJP, on the other hand, is relying heavily on the central sector schemes, promising to transform the state of Andhra Pradesh if voted to power.
The BJP says that the TDP is sticking labels and claiming credit for central schemes, and blames all its omissions and commissions on the centre, while the reality is different. The party asserts that the centre has given Andhra Pradesh most of what was promised as part of the package. This time round, all the political parties are assuring the people of the state that their welfare and development will be taken care of if voted to power.
As polls draw closer, Andhra Pradesh has turned into a battlefield of aspirations, promises, desertions and blame games. It remains to be seen who gets to rule the roost to articulate the aspirations of the people of Andhra Pradesh. That's all I had for you in this edition of Ground Report. With camera person Junaid Iqbal Khan, I'm Kriti Mishra, signing off from the state of Andhra Pradesh.